Good morning, everyone. Kylie Bertucci, #1 demonstrator in Australia with you here. I'm sorry if it's a little bit bright. I might have to pull down the blind in a moment because it's a little bit overcast here in Melbourne today. So the brightness is very bright. It's shining in my eyes. Hello, I've got lots to show you. There's so much show and tell, it's ridiculous. Hi, Ellen. Good to see you, Lisa. I love all you girls that come every week. You're so sweet. I am going to turn this blind down. Hang on, I'll be right back. Hi, Carolyn. How you going? So I'll end up squinting. Oh, that's better already. Hi, Jazz. Good to see you. I've got my coffee here. I did a small coffee today, hoping that it would mean that I would be finished by the time I go live, but it still didn't happen. I'm like, oh, where's that step set? It's always like last minute things to grab, isn't it? I got lots of beautiful Random Act of Kindness cards this week. If you're not part of the Random Act of Kindness group, please join. Anyone's welcome. You don't have to be a demonstrator. And we're sending cards all over the world to each other. And there's been so many beautiful posts and people that are receiving gifts from each other. It's really, really good fun. So make sure you join that Random Act of Kindness group. Even if you can't take part 1 month, totally fine. Or even if you just want to send one card out, there's no expectation that you will receive something. You may not, but from what I can see on the group, the more that people are giving, it seems to be the more that they're getting back, which is really sweet. It's really nice. It's becoming a very, very popular group, that one. So I think if you look up, I'll put the link up here anyway. Actually, I wonder if I can do it now, because I can put it in the comments. Sorry for my big head in the way here. Where are we? I need to grab that link and share it with you. That looks good. There's always something to learn, right? Always something new happening. Good morning, Christine. Okay, I popped up the link, so it should come through in a moment, which is good. So if you haven't requested to join that group, please do, because yes, it's a lot of fun. Oh, does it look like I'm not getting comments again? This happened last week too, didn't it, everyone? Yes, it's happening again. Good thing I opened the you love that group, Julie said. Anyway, I've got your comments there, so I can, when they pop up, if I'm a bit delayed, you'll know why. But at least I can see it on the PC. I have no idea what's happening with Facebook. It's a bit glitchy. It's working on the groups fine. Although on the groups the other day, I think it wasn't working too. Hello, Janet. Good to see you. She's from North Alberta. Wow, that's cool. So some of the, I'll show you my Random Act of Kindness cards that came this week, because I had lots of goodies arrive this week. Firstly, I got this gorgeous one using the Avant Garden from Kathy McDonald. She's on our Random Act of Kindness group, and she's been sending, oh, Kathy's here too, so that's nice. Hey, Priscilla. Priscilla Gunton is our Random Act of Kindness queen. Between her and I think Megan, and there was someone else too, Suzanne. There's a few girls that are like amazing. They are sending, I don't know, it must be like 30 cards a month or something, but it's really, really nice to see them sending cards to each other. So that came from Kathy. Thank you very much, Kathy. And I loved your beautiful words on the inside as well. And then I got this surprise in my letterbox, and it didn't have a stamp, which was always a bit like, oh, there's an envelope with no stamp. That's unusual. But this was from the lovely Rose Desmond. And Rose actually lives in my area. She's one of my team members. And I just absolutely adore her card. So you do keep Australia Post busy, Priscilla. you're keeping them in business. So I was so thrilled to get this card because when I saw this on the demonstrator party planning page, I was like, oh, I love the colours, Rose. It's such a beautiful card. And then to see it turn up in my letterbox was very exciting. So I'm thrilled to have that card. And Rose just had some beautiful things to say. She was thanking me for her support and for my support with her little Stampin' Up journey. She's doing really well, and I can see that woman getting Silver Elite in no time. She's working hard at it, which is nice. This one was from, which one have we got here? Shelley. So Shelley helped me to see Shelley Young. She's a demonstrator here in Australia. She helped me to see the situation with Cameron in the hospital. And there was a lot of you that reached out and have sent Cameron a little card just to cheer him up. He's going through leukemia and he's only 5 years old. So it was really sweet of Sarah to send me this card just to thank me for sort of sharing his story. But yes, it really needed to be told. I mean, it's just devastating when you see a kid sick in hospital. So if you hear of any other stories, please let me know, because we've got this beautiful random act of kindness group that we can put things like that on that group, and we can pick and choose you know, what time we have to be able to give. But I think it's really nice when we can give back to the community like that, and it's something special that we have as demonstrators that we can share this gift that we have of being able to give cards. And it sort of sums up in this beautiful card that I received yesterday. I won't mention who, just in case, because I didn't ask if it was okay. But she just said in a card, what point was it here? Oh, yes, here. She said, I'm so glad you've started the RAC group and I can participate. It is pushing me to create and share and be confident in my work. In real life, I'm an introvert and shy. Thank you, Kylie. So it's so true, isn't it? We sort of tend to get a bit worried about our cards or what other people will think, but by giving to other people and by giving to each other and making each other's day, it honestly does not matter what your card looks like at all. And it's from the heart. It means so much. So thank you for sharing my video, Anne. That's very sweet. So yeah, I loved hearing those sentiments from the card that I received today. Oh, now oh no, there we go. It's moving now. The comments disappeared on me. Oh, they're good. Carolyn's here. Wow, it's having a real hissy fit today, isn't it? Oh, crashed again. I'm going to close everything else down. Do you like my little eyes peeking out like that? Good thing I did eye makeup today, because you can see my eyes. Anyway, I'll get that up and running in a moment. So this was another card that I received. This was through the Random Act of Kindness group, and this was from Alison Hunyi. She's one of my customers, and she did a beautiful job of this card, and I love that it's a different fold as well. It's got the insides all decorated and some beautiful ribbon. So Alison did an amazing job of this card, and she should be very proud of herself, even the way that she's layered her punch and everything with the gold embossing. It's just a really, really beautiful card. Well done, Alison. You should be very proud of that. And the other one that turned up, and this was a big surprise for me, because the lovely Sue Maddox, who is now my team leader, she's been my team leader pretty much from the beginning, because my original team leader, Bruno's sister, left. She had a surprise baby turn up in her belly. So Sue has been a great support to me, and she's great in the sense that she just lets me do my thing. If I need support, I can ring her at any time, and she's been great like that. She sends fantastic newsletters from my team and for myself, so she's been a brilliant support. But on top of that, she sent me a beautiful gift this week, and I'll post some pictures probably later on today. But this was the card that she made, and there was the most gorgeous paper with gift in it that matched. So this was the gorgeous card that Sue Maddox made. She's a demonstrator here in Australia. I don't know if you can see it, but she's actually done the Wink of Stella and it looks like the gold wink of Stella on the dragonfly, and it's on the Sahara Sand cardstock, and it's just beautiful. It's such an amazing effect using the doilies. Those doilies, oh, we've got to keep using them so that they come back in the new catalogue. So absolutely gorgeous. And she gave me these beautiful gifts here. They're actually Kate Spade, which is so cool. Business card holder, which again sort of coordinates with that gold bling on the dragonfly, and the paper was dragonflies as well. And then this beautiful frame, Kate Spade frame as well. So I was very spoilt this week. And it was just a random gift where she just said, you know, keep doing well, like you're doing a really good job, and congratulations on what you're achieving. So that was really sweet, and I'm very appreciative, Sue. Thank you so much for sending that. So lots of exciting goodies. Now I'm just going to go over to my, oh yes, here. Good, they're all back up. Hi, Julianne. Hi, Suzanne. Good morning, Nikki. She just received her BBB. Oh, we love receiving our big brown box. It's like the best ever. And Carolyn said, such a thrill receiving one. It is. It's such a thrill receiving a random act of kindness. So we just absolutely love that. So it looks like my computer's just going to keep crashing, which is very annoying. So I'm just going to have to pause you all for 1 minute while I go get my iPad, because I really want to see what you're all saying. And it literally keeps looping. Maybe if I open, let's try this. Ignore. Turn that down, and we'll see if this works. Oh, okay. Yes, she's a very lovely lady, Margaret. You ordered more doilies today, Julianne. Yay. We love those doilies. Keep ordering. The other thing about ordering too, you probably heard in America, you like the way we say that in Australia, in America, they say in the States, their glimmer papers run out, the celebration glimmer paper. So please don't delay. If you love that glimmer paper, make sure you get some, because it may sell out here in Australia, which would be devs. It would be really disappointing. So, well, Patricia Forward can't find me. She's saying, I can't find you, Kylie Bertucci. Where are you? I'm going to tag you, Patricia. Ready? Oh, maybe it won't grab her. Maybe not. Oh, well. If someone knows Patricia Forward and wants to tag her, go right ahead, because she's like, I can't find you. If you're live, I can't find you. So let me show you some really cool goodies from last week's, oops, dropped something, from last week's blog hops and everything like that. I've got so much creativity this week to do as well. So this week I've got global design, you probably saw. Where's my global design? There it is. We're going to hopefully replicate something similar. So that was my global design, which this week the theme is amusement park. So when I thought of amusement park, I thought party, fun, balloons, and I was going to go quite bright with my balloons, but then I thought I'll take it down a different path and just show how you can get inspired but then take it somewhere else. But it kind of reminded me of like the fairy floss and yeah, all the cool lollies and everything that you get when you go to like an amusement park. So that was my take. So the colours I used was Pink Pirouette, Pool Party, and Mint Macaron. Mint Macaron! I'm going to miss Mint Macaron so bad. I really hope that it comes back in the colour renovation. So everyone order the re-inkers so that they bring it back. And they go, wow, Mint Macaron's really popular. We need to bring it back in a colour renovation. Which I'm not sure if it's happening this year. Are we due for a colour renovation? I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few changes this year. That'd be exciting, wouldn't it? We find out in April. I'm really excited about going to On Stage. So that's the demonstrator only event that we get to go to every 6 months, and we get to see the new catalogues. So a very good reason to join my team. We have 38 crazy crafters going to Sydney and 3 are going to Perth. So we're growing. I think there was only over 2 in Perth, so it's nice that we've got another extra person going along in Perth. So all of those Perth people, build up all your team members and get some friends to come along. But even if you're going to Perth, look out for the Crazy Crafters. They'll more than likely have some sort of design that I've done for them, because I like to have something that makes us all stand out as a team so we can spot each other at these events. We usually all sit together, so that's really nice, and spend some time together. Try and get 3 tables close by to one another. It's always a bit of a mission. But yes, it's a very exciting. Petra, so excited. Julie, can't wait for on stage. Yeah, we're the same. On stage is in 3 weeks. I've got so much to do before then. Thank goodness Jessie is back tomorrow, because if Jessie wasn't back tomorrow, I would be panicking. She's been in Vietnam, my assistant. I let her go have a holiday because, you know, that's the kind of boss I am. But yes, we have a lot of things to think about for gifts and cards for the team. And maybe we might get time to do swaps, but we shall see. Maybe I'll bring along some of the cards that I've got here and give them out as gifts at Sydney. So if you're in Sydney and you're at on stage, please come and say hello. You know, the Crazy Crafters and I would love to meet you and spend time with any demonstrators. Don't feel like, oh, I don't want to interrupt her, or, you know, something like that. No, just come up, say hi. Even if I'm with someone chatting, just go, when you're done, me next. So yes, it would be really nice to meet lots of people. So yes, I can't wait too, Tanya. We'll have to get another picture together. We had a really nice picture together, one of the last Sydney on stage. And I think even in November we got to have one together, didn't we? So yes, we're the loud and crazy team. That's why we're called the Crazy Crafters. It gives us permission to be nuts. It's like, it's in our name. So we're not going to behave ourselves because that's just us living up to our name. What did Vicky say? Oh, not long now, Donna said. Excellent. So these are the cards, and I've got one of Bruno's ones. Bruno has not been making cards for a very long time, so I'm going to highlight his. He's just been a very busy man, but he finally got to do a blog hop, which was nice, and it was using the Oh So Succulent stamp set, which we all know I've completely fallen in love with. It's like, yeah, I'm so glad I got that set. It was one of the ones I was like, I don't know. You know, those ones where we're like, not too sure, it's not really doing anything for me. And then you like see all these amazing cards on Pinterest and you're like, damn you. I'm going to have to buy it. So I did. I ended up getting it. And this is Bruno's card. How rockin' is that? He's so clever. Yes, sometimes I need to stab him. Yes, he's feeling fine. Thanks, Julie. He's just a busy man. He's got a lot happening work-wise, and we're also learning Hindi, and we're just, yeah, flat out. Crazy, crazy busy. But yes, everything's good. Hopefully he gets back into it. If we all tell him how fabulous it is and we tag him and tell him he needs to keep creating, maybe he will. It might be that I keep booting him out of this craft room because it is a tad smaller. And when he comes in here, I'm like, what are you doing in here? What are you doing with those inks? Are you putting them back in the right spot? So maybe I'm stressing him out. He doesn't want to come into the craft room. Yes, I love the colours too. He did a really good job. So I think he used... is it Dapper Denim or Night of Navy? I think it's Night of Navy, and then that's definitely Bermuda, and he's got a bit of Pool Party in there as well. And we kind of forget about our background stamp sets, but that's one of the diagonal background stamp sets. And this one here, Vertical Garden. Yes, that was the stamp set that goes with that. I really love that Hello, and there's some really nice welcome stamp set in that one as well. So yes, he's done a beautiful job. Even the stamping out the outline as well, just really makes it pop. And he's cut them out using the framelits, and of course use dimensionals. But it actually is it's pretty low dimensionals for Bruno. This one, I'm impressed, Bruno Bertucci. Great seeing you for the first time! Yay! I have to try and pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I massacre it. I'm going to say Dorina. Does that sound right? Yay, Julie! So glad you made it. But this was my Oh So Succulent. So this is me getting into Oh So Succulent. You saw that one Global Design Project last week. That sketch was so beautiful Congratulations to the winners of the Global Design Project last week. And also, we had a amazing record amount, like 98 people played along last week. So we're rocking it over at the Global Design Project. If you haven't played along, please come and play along. Oh, good, I got it right. Thanks, Dorina. It took a while. I'm not very good at reading names. I'm good at listening. No, actually, I'm not good at listening either. What am I good at? I'm not good at anything. Well, actually, this card was really good. Maybe I'm good at making cards. So this was one I did with the Oh So Succulent as well. And I just didn't have time. I was hoping I could show you how I did this today. But there's too many other things to show you. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Maybe I can show you a little snippet. But it is very, very easy. It looks like it's going to be difficult, but it really is simple. I think the first time I saw this technique, yes, we love GDP too, Julie. Leadership and card making love. Thank you, Priscilla. That's very nice of you. So I think the first time I saw this technique was one of my team members, Petra Taylor. She did one with washi tape for one of our conventions. Do you remember that, Petra? I'm wondering if she's still here. But anyway, she did such an amazing job. She just literally used washi tape. Maybe I can show you doing it with washi tape because it's a really cool technique. But she just laid out washi tape, stripped it along, and then she actually cut out the butterfly and raised it up. And literally you're just looking at it going, how did they stamp? Like, how did she line it up perfectly on both? Like, for some reason, your head doesn't go to the idea of that you've stamped and then cut afterwards. And that makes it very simple. That's why it's perfectly lined up. But for some reason, my head could not get around how Petra had cut out this butterfly and lined up the washi tape perfectly to what was behind. But anyway, she did an amazing job. That was a very popular card, Petra. Do you remember that? You rocked it, girlfriend. So this one I really enjoyed. This is the Delicate Details stamp set that's with Celebration. And it is free with every $90 order you make. You get some freebies at the moment. So please don't miss out because there's literally, is there only like 10 days left? I think it's maybe no, it would be 10 days because it's the 31st. So today's the 20th, is it? Oh, yeah, so 11. Oh, no, yes, 10 days. 10 days left to Celebration. Oh, my goodness. You need to get your freebies. There's so many beautiful things to order. Why not order and get something for free? Win-win, I say. So that is a beautiful and oh so succulent. You can see I'm addicted. It's like turning up almost on every card. Now, what else do I have here for show and tell? I think that's, oh, where did I put my other one? Oh, yes, I'm going to be doing that one with you. So I have picked my customer cards for the next host code. It's the NBP host code. And I'm very excited about this customer card. However, when I started this customer card, I was like feeling very motivated. And then I'm like, oh my goodness, what have I got myself into? Because I usually like to aim for about 80 to 100, well, usually 100 if I can, 100 cards. And I started doing these cards. I'm like, what have I done? So luckily I have lots of things on YouTube to listen to because, yes, this is a bit time consuming, this one. Oh, good, you've got it framed. That's so cool. Yes, the washi idea was great. I might just, yeah, I'll see if I can pull things out and maybe whip something up. I don't know if the washi will be current though. I've got so much washi there. All right, so I'm going to flip you around and we're going to do some creating because I know you all love that. Is there any other comments? Oh, yes. So I'm actually going to grab my iPad because this is getting a bit glitchy. So for the time being, you can look at my messy craft room behind me and I will be right back because I want to see what you all have to say. See you in a second. Okay, I'm back and I'm happy because the iPad is actually charged. I was like, ooh, I hope it's charged. That would be so typical. So let's see here. I need to go to that one and I'm going to shut all this down because it's being very glitchy today. So weird that I'm not seeing comments. Now, I better make sure that this is turned down. Yes, it is. I don't want to hear myself double. Yay! Yeah, I am actually hiding the mess, Rose. She knows me too well. The mess is this side. The mess is what I'm looking at. All right, that all looks good. So at least I can see if you have any question as I go along. And I'm going to flip you around. So I think that's good. I'm learning how to flip so that I don't make you all dizzy. Ta-da! Don't you love that? We learn as we go along, right? Oh, Janet, in the middle of making swaps, of course it would be a mess. That's craziness. But we love it. I've got to work out whether I'm doing swaps or not. I really want to, but I think I might show some of the cards that I've already done. So let's have a look here. So this is a little sneak peek of what we're going to be doing today. So some of you, and it was quite a popular post, but you would have seen this card that John helped me make. I put it on my blog and let everyone know John's tips. So, yes, it's Sarah's trick. Yes, it is. Sarah taught me some valuable lessons there, Petra. She really did. How did you know that? That was so clever. I was like, Sarah, you are a genius. I'm going to do that so people don't get dizzy. So I just cover the camera with my finger. So these are going to be my customer cards for my next host code, which actually starts today. I've changed when I do my host code rewards and my customer cards because a lot of my customers were receiving them, like when I start sending them, by the time I get everything organized, it was sort of within the next month, and then they weren't getting them until like the middle of the next month, towards the end of the next month. And I'm like, oh, I don't want that. So now I cut off the host code and the rewards and gifts and my handmade cards on the 20th of each month. And it's proving very good. Great question, Janet. Here is the stamp set. It is a host stamp set called Fabulous Flora and it's from the annual catalogue. So it's a very artistic, and it's one of those stamp sets I think we all sort of just ignore. Maybe we didn't look at it and think of its potential, but I really enjoyed it because I let John pick whatever stamp set he wanted to use, and he loves floral. And that's usually, he does his own painting. He doesn't use images. But yeah, that's the one he went for. And I was like, good, because I don't think I've used that since I first got it. I think I used it once for a card for Shanine Moncrief because it just sung out to me. It reminded me of Shanine. So I'm going to show you some of John's tips. Now, firstly, if you don't have the Stampin' Up! Watercolor pencils, you have to get them now, stat. I think we ran out in Australia. I don't know if other areas did, but they went on back order and then they had to reorder them. But I absolutely love these, and I'll just show you. Yes, he did do an amazing job, Julie. He was fantastic. So I'm going to show you some of the tips that John gave me, which absolutely blew my mind because it was just so simple. I'm going to do Rich Raspberry just to show you. My other tip with the watercolor pencils is John actually said he finds watercolor pencils a little bit frustrating because they always break. And so I had a little think about this. I'm not sure if it's any different, but I decided that using my makeup sharpener, so for my lip liner, maybe it's a little bit more gentle. I don't know. Is there such a thing? Or is the blade the same? I don't know. Anyway, it seems to be working well. I haven't had anything break. So I'm just going to show you what he suggested. So firstly, with the flower, he said you want to start from the middle and be able to pull the color out. So I just went around the inside, and you could sort of, you know, go outside a little bit from that center. And we're going to use the blender pen to pull the color out. So that's that. And then these little ones I just did around the base. And I decided when I started making a few of these that I was going to make this one a flower opening, because on this one I did it as one of the leaves. I mean, it doesn't matter either way, but I thought it'll add more colour to the card. Yes, we all overlooked that one. Then I used the Old Olive. So that's the rich raspberry that I just used. Then I used the Old Olive, and all I did, and John again taught me these little tips, is just sort of do a little bit, but not right to the edge, because he was saying, you know, it's really nice to have white space when you're watercolouring, and it's not always going to be perfect colouring in. And that's sort of the look that you want to go for, is create that white space. So I just did like the top. So can you believe you're just seeing me do one here? But I will lift it up. I will lift it up, Joanne, and I'll show you exactly what I've done. But yes, I can't zoom, I don't think, on this. Yeah, I'll try. No. Oops. Now you can see. No, it won't. Oops. Sorry, I lost you there for a second. So then the inside I did the Daffodil Delight, and I'm not going to blend that too much. Did I just see my mother? I keep getting a call from a friend of mine. She must be urgently wanting to contact me. She'd be like, why is she hanging up on me? So Gail Michael is my mum. Hi, Mum. I don't know if she can hear me. It's always exciting having your mum join you, huh? So this was the bit that blew my mind about John. So you can see so far, I've just done little bits of white I've left, right? But this was the bit that blew my mind, and I'll lift it up and show you in case you can't see it. But he just went underneath and very, very simply just took different sections and created some shadows. So very simple. He didn't do much, and it looks a bit strange at the moment. But ooh, a razor to sharpen her watercolor pencils. Oh, that's a good idea. So I'll show you the difference it makes when you use the blender pen. So let's give this a try. Like I always wipe no matter what, because there was a little bit of residue there. So I'm going to do my flowers to start with. So again, you want to create a bit of white space, so don't feel like you have to color it all in. To see how I've left a little bit there. And then around the edges, and I'll lift this up so don't stress if you're not seeing much. Okay. You see that? No zoom, sorry Petra. But I will lift. So there you go. Now with the leaves, again, just come in, I'll just check that it's not, and just sort of leave a little bit of white space. And of course it's going to be a little bit lighter where you are pulling the colour away, but you don't want to go too crazy. You just want to sort of blend that. So can you see that? It's got a little bit of lightness at the tip of the leaves. We don't want buffering, Mum. You can tell you're in New Zealand. The internet's no good in your paradise over there, huh? Now, this is the cool bit, is the shadowing, and I'll try and lift for this one. Again, sorry for the lighting. It's really bad today. But can you see what's happened there? When you use the watercolor pencils, it just creates this little shadow underneath. It's so cool. That's the basic grey that I've used. So you just sort of look at it when I first draw it on, you're like, what? How is that going to do anything? Can you see that? And boom, it just looks like it's popping off the page. Do you like that? Everyone can see that? Blender pens are on back order. No way. We've got it so good in Australia. Does everyone realise that? We don't have anything go on back order, hardly. I mean, there's a few things. Oh, thank you for all the hearts. Yeah, isn't the shadowing so cool? And it was so simple. And he just said, just kind of put it in certain spots. And yeah, it just changed the complete effect of that card. So I thought that that was very clever. So, as you saw, this was one. I now have done one more. But this is what I have done this week. Oh my goodness, the blender pens arrive tomorrow in Great Britain. That's nuts. So, this is the project I have been working on top of all the other projects I've been working on. So, I did it in the Real Red. I did it in Malamambo. Yes, I have done all these by hand, all on my own. I didn't even ask Bruno for help. And Jessie's away, so I have been a very busy girl. This was the Tangerine Tango. And I've done all the shadowing and everything. So I've just got to glue them down. And then I did the Rich Raspberry, which it was a nice surprise for me to see how beautiful the Rich Raspberry came up. So yes, there is a lot here. So I think I've done 80 so far, and these are all that's left. I've got one more lot to do. So I'm very happy for Marie Forleo YouTube videos and other YouTube videos, because that's what I've been doing while I've been colouring in, which is nice. So now we're going to mount it, and I'll just show you how beautiful this card can look once you layer it. And for all my lovely customers out there, that's all right, Tracy, no worries. This is going to be the amazing card for the current host code, which, oh, I haven't actually put it on my blog. I'm so naughty. I made the picture. I emailed it, or at least everyone will have it emailed if they're on my newsletter list, but I will put the code up. I love it with the black border, and I love it how it's like straight to the edge too. It's so pretty. And then we're going to do the same. Love my Tombow. And then put that there. Super simple, super easy to layer, but look at that card. Oh my goodness. So I think everyone's going to really enjoy that. This beautiful blessing is from the Rose Garden stamp set. I really love the font, and I love having a mix of different types of fonts too. I do that on a lot of my cards when I'm naming them. I like having 2 different styles of fonts. So I think my customers are going to love that. Do you think they'll love them? I do. I know if I got these, I would be very excited. Yes, Rose Wonder. Thank you, Barbara. What did I say? Rose, I don't know. Moving right along. So I wanted to show you, actually, I was going to do this, but I think we'll do the little washi technique just to show you how easy and cool it is. The one that Petra made at convention, but I'll do a little bit of a twist on it. I have not prepared this, so this is literally happening live, unedited, uncut. I was like, should I? Yeah, let's do it. We'll make it together. Get my trimmer out. So I'm going to do it so that it is in half that way, so the longer way in half. I know it's different in the States, so I won't say measurements, but, well, I will, because I don't know American measurements, but in Australia it's 14.8. Well, it's actually 14.85, which makes life a little bit interesting. Sorry for my manky bone folder. I should get my nice one, huh? I do have it here. Who knows where. So I've just done the base, and then really, really simple. This is going to blow your mind, but I'm going to get some of the, ooh, yes, I'm going to use these ones. It's the Tasty Treats, because at least these are, I know they're all current, and they're yummy too, because they've got ice cream on it. So we're going to go like this. This is how I find my washi tape. Do you all use your washi tape? I love Stampin' Up! Washi tape, and I would be devastated if it ever went. Devs. So I want to cut off a little bit more. Don't you love it? You just rip it. Just rip it. And it stays sticky. It's just awesome stuff. Actually, that's all right. And it comes back off for people like me who can't make up their mind. Look, I'm like, yeah, just rip a bit of that off. Gotta love it. And just layer that down. Don't get too fussy with things. And this one, Watermelon Wonder. Do it a bit that way. Soak it in bleach, it all comes off. Oh, what's that one? What's that in reference to? What am I soaking in bleach? I came in part way. Actually, I'll do the ice cream first. And then finish with the... Love it, rip it. Good one, Rebecca Jo. Actually, that reminds me, I forgot about showing you my little stamp sets. You probably saw the picture anyway, but I got my Love It, Chop It, and my I'm Bringing Rack Cards Back stamp set. Because I thought I really want to have that. I love It, Chop It. I hope you all use Love It, Chop It. It's helped many people get over their issue. Oh, the bone folder. Oh, thank you. Yes, now I understand. Bleach that baby. I get it now. But yes, I love It, Chop It, because it actually, when you go to chop paper, you have to repeat it because it does actually help you chop your paper. I have had numerous people say psychologically they can cope with chopping their paper now thanks to that little hashtag. It has helped many of us to get over our cutting paper fears. And it's a true thing. It's a real thing. I interviewed my team and got information for them about why they don't want to chop their paper. And it's like a full-on real thing. We don't want to chop our paper. So we have to just mentally get over that. I didn't do him long enough. I want it longer. I'll put you over there. And I think the other thing that someone said is they were scared that if they used it, that they wouldn't use it right, like in the right spot, or... Yeah, I should. You know what? I'm not going to trademark it because I want everyone to use it. Share the Love It, Chop It, everyone. Share it with the world. Whenever you use Designer Series paper, use that hashtag. And then we can all connect together. Because, you know, it's cool. So, I'm just going to use one of the Oh So Succulent. I mean, you could probably do a few of them if you wanted to. Let's do that. I'll do a couple of them at the same time. Do I want that one? No, I want this one. So that literally is now going to go through the Big Shot like this. Again, I am completely making this up on the spot. So forgive me if it's like really random. But it's looking okay, isn't it? We shall see at the end. We'll leave our critiquing until the end, right? So I'm going to put that through the Big Shot. Can you hear it cranking? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Love it when it cracks. It's like cracking a back at the chiropractor. Okay. I'll bring this over to show you. Here we go. Moment of truth. Here we go. Yay. Love it when it comes out. This one's not going to come out. I need my little brush. Do any of you have the brush? Oh my goodness, it's like the best thing ever invented. Stampin' Up! Know how to do it, I'm telling you. They listen to us. Do you all use the product sandbox? I used the product sandbox last night and put in a request for something on the website. See, look at that. Boom. So now all I'll need to do, because I don't have a backing behind here, I'm going to look at the colours that I've got here and what would I like to sort of pop out behind. And that's what I'm going to adhere that to. So I think I'm vibing the Watermelon Wonder. You guys vibing the Watermelon Wonder? Let's go for that one. And I'll cut out a square. Here we go. So I think you want it to look nice when you open it up. So I'm going to do it the exact like measurement of that, which is usually, let's hope it's correct, 10.5. Does that look right? No. We're going to go 14.8. Yes. And then 10.5 the other way. No. Is it 10.5? Yes, it is. That one's a little bit too small, that one. But anyway, we will get the idea. 14.8. Okay. So, when I stick this down behind, like that, then you'll have a piece of card that you can adhere your dimensionals to. And I think the foam strips are actually really good for something like this because it's higher and easier to see. Like, it's nice to see the background as well. So I'm going to glue this down. This is when I would glue from here first because you don't want to glue all over that and end up with glue through here. You'd be like, no, that's not where I wanted to have glue. Just put a bit more up here. We want it to stay in place. So glue that down like as if nothing was ever there. It's a bit wonky cutting, Kylie. Anyone would think that I'm doing a live video. Anyway, that will do. You get the idea. This is like complete makeshift card. Winging it. Now, I'll get my strips. And I love the strips because you can cut them where you want to cut them. And you're welcome to just use the dimensionals and sort of, you know, put them on top of each other. Is my commenting happening? Am I missing comments? Hopefully not. Oh, it looks like everyone's watching. As long as you're doing your thing, playing along, maybe you're all crafting while you're watching me. I know that happens sometimes. So, I put a little bit of foam here. And you can put it on the petals too, but I actually liked the look of the petals sort of coming up because then what I did was sort of grab a bone folder and sort of manipulate them so that you could see a bit more of the cardstock behind. So is everyone getting it now? Is it making sense? How it all works? It looks trickier than what it actually is. It's really simple. Like really, really simple. Like how quickly did I make this card? And I didn't even know what I was going to do. I was like, what should I do? What should I use? This one's really petite, this one. So I'll just do a little square. And if you're particular about wanting it to really stick down, you might want to stick, oh no, that should be good. Because you don't really want to stick the flowers down that way. Look at me, I'm like, which way do I go? And there you go. And then you can just put a little sentiment. I would put it up the top there just to fill in that space. Look at that. It looks so much more complicated than what it actually is. Oh, that's good, Lisa. Yep, very simple. But you can see that it just gives off the most beautiful effect. So that's the one that I made. So all I did was just sponge the base and then cut it out afterwards. But you can see even with the washi, it just gives off such a cool effect. So please feel free to use that in a workshop or a class, or if you're one of my lovely customers, if you want something really simple and quick, this is just a really great card to do. And that's all thanks to the lovely Petra Taylor, who's in my team, the very talented Petra. Thank you for that inspiration. I've never forgotten your gorgeous butterfly card. So well done, Petra. Another Lisa spelt the same way. I know there's more of you in the world, Lisa. So I'm going to flip you around. Here we go. Get you all ready before I flip. Hi. Did you like that a little bit better? It's less dizzy, isn't it? So thank you very much for joining me today. It was wonderful. Great chatting to you. I have no idea why these comments aren't working, but it's driving me insane. But anyway, at least I've got the iPad there. Oh, no, it's the least I can do, Petra. Especially because there's a very, very interesting chat coming up if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator or you're thinking about joining my team. There is a lot to learn, and I have a video every week for demonstrators or anyone who's in multi-level marketing, really. It's any creative person, they're welcome to come along. And so I will have that video at 1:30. And today the talk is about continually innovating. So it's a really interesting concept because I think we want to be like other demonstrators, and we think that in order to be successful we need to sort of copy what someone else is doing. And in some ways, was it glitchy today? Did anyone else have glitchy? Maybe you can turn your video off and on, or go closer to your modem, maybe, Tanya. It's no good. Maybe you've got strong winds, not your wind. Just wind in the general area. Have you been eating baked beans, Tanya? So yes, I hope that you can join. Oh, someone else had issues. Oh, you know what it is? It's because I have to stream on the iPad. So we're going to have to get these comments fixed up. Because in order to see your comments, I have to be running through Facebook. And so it's pulling data. Very annoying. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. I'm very, very frustrated with Facebook about that. So I'll send in a letter. Who do I need to send it to? Mark Zuckerberg? Do you think he'll listen to me? Mark, if you're listening, can you get Facebook Live fixed up, please? I want comments on my page, please. It's so weird that it's doing that. Anyway, maybe if I turn it off and on, like the IT crowd says to do. So have a wonderful week of creativity. Make sure you follow my blog. Come over there. I've got lots of inspiration this week. As I said, I've got 3 blog hops. I've got Aim for Alaska blog hop, so those that are in my support training group. I've got Thailand blog hop, so those that have earned Thailand. I'm running that for all our Thailand earners. So that is tomorrow. And so is Aim for Alaska blog hop. That's tomorrow. And Thursday we have the amazing Be Inspired design team. And we are going to be using Urban Underground as our theme. So that is going to be really grungy and probably masculine. So if you struggle with masculine cards, come by craftykylie.com on Thursday, because I'm sure there will be, yes, some excellent ideas on how to use the Urban Underground. I always like to think outside the square. Well, I try to anyway. It's just kind of the way I roll with my creativity. So I hope you can join me. And then Friday's the Crazy Crafters highlights. So there's a lot happening over on my blog. So make sure you're signed up for the email notifications. And make sure too that you're following... Oh, Patricia just found us. I did try to tag you, Patricia. It wouldn't let me tag you. I'm sorry that you had trouble finding me today. It's really frustrating when that happens. So please, please, please make sure. I sent an email out today. I'll put my newsletter link up the top, because if you're not on my newsletter, you wouldn't have got the alert that said I'm going live very soon. And this is how you follow me. You have to click a button up the top of my page that says to follow. And then that way you won't miss any of my alerts. So, but thank you all for being here. 45 live people. I think it's a record. Oh, 44. Someone just left. They weren't as excited as me. Oh, 46. Too funny. But anyway, thank you for joining me. And if you're watching on YouTube, if you have any questions, if you're looking for a demonstrator either to order from or to join, I would love to welcome you. I'm the #1 demonstrator in Australia, and the reason why is because my team is amazing and they rock, and my customers are the bomb. So because of all that support, it means that I can have the best job I've ever had. So if you're looking for the best job you ever wanted, this is the one. Who gets to create and make cards for their job. Like, this is my job today. I get to make cards. So I would love to have you in my team. If you're not in my team, if you're already a demonstrator and you're spewing and you want to be in my team, then Aim for Alaska is for you, because you will get exactly what my team gets. That is why I set up Aim for Alaska. It's a support program, and I've kept it really cheap so that other demonstrators can join in and be part of my community of stamping and sharing and training. So thank you very much for being here, and we shall see you next week. Bye everyone. Have a great week. Bye.